Look, it's really like walking down memory lane. Isn't it amazing?
It is.
Then we got that crazy cooking idea that we were going to write an American cookbook in French. Ha ha ha.
You know, it makes me laugh, but I think everything that we've done has to do with la langue, your tongue, whether it's food or writing or translating. It's all a question of using language and sharing and opening up to another culture.
Except the French were a little bit cynical.
They were.
When we would be interviewed on television, they would say, "La cuisine américaine, does that exist?"
And nothing that irritates me more.
I know.
Going to Rutgers, to Douglas, I remember standing in line with Connie, even though my name began with an M and Connie's with C, and we started talking. That's when I remember meeting Connie for the first time. This was in September 1959.
I love to read, I love literature, and I fell into this dream of a school. I couldn't believe it after the first week I was there. I never met girls like this.
It was just the opening up of horizons that was just so fantastic.
We read poetry, we read Shakespeare. My parents didn't know half the time what I was talking about. When I tried to explain to my mother that we were studying Freud, she said, "That sounds terrible."
I didn't remember that.
Here we are, so many years away from it, but there's always the connection with what we learned at Douglas, at Rutgers. You could have it all.
It's been an incredible piece of luck to be an American in Paris.
Sheila got a job right away. You worked at UNESCO. It's a horrible job.
You got me that job.
Did I? I met the man that I married. I came to France, loved it.
So I followed Connie, and I remember calling her up and saying, "Connie, I'm with a band."
I'm in Paris.
I'm in Paris. That was 1964.
Meanwhile, I'm having babies. I was bringing up a family until I think I was 32 years old. And then I said, now what am I going to do? I went back to school. You were teaching already.
At the most prestigious school in France. I loved teaching, but I wanted books. I wanted a life of books.
No. Yeah.
Cuisine. Oh my God, that's so funny. Such ugly pictures. I mean, ugly printing anyway.
No, ugly. Very ugly.
We won't look
hide that one. We were just trying to think, what made us so feminist? What happened is Sheila and I decided that we were going to write books. I think the first thing, Sheila, was your little book.
First Steps to Linguistics.
It was my English is French.
Here, Real English.
Real English, here. My English in Action. Spent years doing the grammar books.
They were fun to do. Where's the other one?
And now sandwiches are everywhere. And hot on the heels of that came the idea that The Second Sex needed another translation.
And then the opus, whatever you call it, majeur.
The long-awaited translation of the landmark classic, complete and unabridged. The Second Sex is the most important book of the 20th century.
Well,
if you had to be on a desert island and only were allowed one book, that's the book you want. The history of the world is in The Second Sex, and the history of women is in The Second Sex. But it's not just about women, it's about women and men together. Every part of world history, even from prehistory to the moment that she wrote it.
Men and women must, among other things, and beyond their natural differentiations, unequivocally affirm their brotherhood.
She was talking about power structures all through history. Nobody knew that this was going to be a bestseller. Look at the heaviness of this book. You would think, who's going to read a book like this? And it was amazing that it sold 20,000 copies in the first week. That's
amazing.
Pretty incredible because everybody could read it. Why did it need another translation? Because the first one had been cut.
The Parsley translation as lacking as it was in many things, the ideas behind it are so important.
The first English, you're saying?
The first English
Yeah,
translation.
whether it was complete or not, it was good enough to start a revolution.
That's right. The atmosphere at Douglas was very, very conducive to sharing information, sharing friendships, sharing everything.
The teachers at Douglas, they had so much to offer to us. Sometimes you wanted to thank them, but you couldn't even thank them. You couldn't even say, Harry Bredemeyer, you opened up my life to what political science is, to what other countries are, to the history of the world. That's what they did. They gave us an example of what we wanted to do. We were so lucky that this opportunity of living abroad came into our lives. The experience is irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable.
Did you taste my cookies?